Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan right here on the Epic Sports Network. And man, do we have another jam-packed show for you tonight. We preview a couple of games, including our Thursday night football game of the week, which includes the Corona del Sol Aztecs squaring off against the Pinnacle Pioneers. James Boovy alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. And Ed, another exciting week of Arizona high school football, and we're going to talk about a lot of it here tonight on the show.
Yeah, JP, isn't it amazing? We're already in week 3 of high school football action. Man, this season flies by, doesn't it?
It sure does. Let's get right to it. We're going to speak with a gentleman we became familiar with last season when he was the head coach down there at Vista Grande in Casa Grande. Mr. John Roberts joining us here on the program. Coach is now moved to the Mountain Point Pride. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time. We certainly appreciate it. Just give us the breakdown of how the transition's gone there into that role at Mountain Point.
It's been good. It's totally different. I would say a totally different experience. When you're coming from a small town that you have, extensive family roots in, the main challenge at Vista was to build a program from the bottom up. In about 4 years, we did do that. The next coach, Coach Dawson, I think he's going to take what we built upon. He's going to build on top of that. Coming into Mountain Point, you're dealing with a program that's had a lot of tradition, but is hungry. They've definitely put a lot of players into Division I college football. They won a state championship in 2013. They got nationally ranked under Norris Vaughn. But they're looking across at, some of those CUSD schools, those Chandler Unified schools, and they want to start to experience some of that success that you might see at Abasha, Hamilton, even the Scottsdale Saguaros, of the recent past. Expectations are high, but they're reasonable. I don't think anybody in the state could say that Mountain Point High School has lacked talent in the last 10 years. So I think our main goal was to, just to kind of solidify some things culture-wise, build upon some of the successes that Laura had over the last 5 years, and to basically get it to where the overall football experience for a football player at Mountain Point will be something that would generate, alumni activity and support. A lot of times you see at these bigger schools, they don't talk about it a lot, but a lot of times these kids, when they go to college, they're bragging about the high schools they went to, and then they're going back to those high schools and they're supporting them. So that's been a main focus of our new staff, is to make sure that we can build an experience that will build upon that alumni support. One of my coaches is my godnephew, Kenny Churchwell, who played under Vaughn, and he actually just finished his career at UCLA. And so he's been instrumental as far as bridging that gap with alumni.
Coach, another question about Vista Grande. Of course, that's your hometown. Casa Grande is where you grew up. To be able to take Vista Grande to the playoffs for the first time since 2015, what did that mean for you to go 8-3 last season and put your team in the playoffs for the first time in a long time?
That was huge, because the last time they had been in the playoffs, I was the offensive coordinator under Tracy Stewart in 2014. That was the last time Vista Grande had been to the playoffs. So to come back and to get them there, that was the school that gave me my first high school coaching opportunity as an offensive coordinator. Before that, I was in the club ranks doing youth football with my cousin Keon Graves. And so it was huge, because I don't think people really understand that Casa Grande leans one way. They lean blue and gold. And so for us as a coaching staff, we really had to take it brick by brick. First year we went 5-4. Second year we went 7-4. The next year we went 7-3 and missed the playoffs by 1 ranking. And then the last year we ended up having, probably the best win in that school's program history, going to California and beating St. Joseph's High School in Santa Maria, California, which is a top school in the Central CIF division. Beating them, that was really big, not just for us, I think for the state of Arizona, because I think it was us and maybe 2 or 3 other schools that actually won their out-of-state opponent game. So that was huge. the hardest part about that was over while you're trying to build it at Vista, you're constantly, and I think it prepared me well. Like you're constantly having to deal with what I call 2 signing days. And so in the Phoenix area, it's kind of normal that 8th graders make a big deal out of where they're going to high school. But when I got to be coaching there between me and Coach Luna, who also was my high school and college center and one of my best friends, it really was a big deal when 8th graders graduated. Were they going to be a Spartan or were they going to be a Cougar initially? And so that was hard to kind of deal with because it was like when I grew up, everybody just went to Union. And so to see the town kind of split like that, was a challenge we had to overcome. And then second was just getting the initial support of the community. There was a lot of restaurants and businesses at first that really didn't want to support us because they had been supporting Casa Grande Union for years. And so I remember, having to go to those places and telling them like, hey, I'm part of the Robbins family. A lot of people know my Uncle Randy from his U of A days, Denver Bronco days, and now he's the current AD over at Casa Grande Union. And then I had to explain to them, these are Casa Grande kids too, regardless of what colors they're going to wear or what mascot they be. These kids are from Casa Grande and we want to support them. And then slowly but surely we started to garner that community support. And then we started seeing, our jersey nights and different things. We just started, garnering more and more support. But it was, when I mean we had to start from scratch, we had to start from scratch with everything. We only had, when I first had my first football meeting, I was a little shook because we only had 13 kids that showed up at our first football meeting to get ready for my first season as a head coach. And then when I left, we were sitting in between about 135 and 140 kids.
Big turnaround on there for the Vista Grand Spartans, coach. And now moving on to Mountain Point High School, you brought along a young man tonight, Marley Felly. Tell us about him and what he means to your program.
Marley, I think he's the most underrated player in the state of Arizona. I mean, this kid is every bit of 6'3", almost 6'4". He's listed right now at 235. I think he's topped out at 245 pounds, comes from a really good Polynesian bloodline. He could play anywhere from outside linebacker to edge rusher to in a 3-tech as well. He's probably one of the state's best rugby players too. He plays on the club rugby circuit, and he has played H-back for us as well as tight end and caught a touchdown. He made a pivotal scoop and score that actually sealed the game with us in the Tukey Bowl. But if you look on the past 2 games, 43 has been everywhere, and he's made big plays for us when we needed it the most. He's a player that, that we really don't want to leave the field at all. You know what I mean? He plays on both sides of the ball, and he does it well consistently, and he does it the right way. A really high character young man, and I definitely am going to see him playing on Saturdays within the next 2 years.
Marley, where does this versatility come from? Coach talked about all the positions that you play. Of course, you play on the rugby team, on the track and field team, if I do believe. Where does this the ability to play multiple sports and multiple positions in football, where does that come from?
That's my favorite sport. A lot of contact. Did a little wrestling. And from my dad, from all those years, from training, getting yelled at. Yeah, that's about it.
Marley, tell us about the attitude surrounding Mountain Point football there. You've been there for a few years now, been through a couple different coaching changes, but that school has a tradition of really good football. Tell us about the culture that is there now with Coach Roberts at the helm.
The culture, it changed a lot. Once he came in, there was a lot of energy. Still getting into that change of new coaches, but we getting into it now. I'm starting to love them. Don't get me wrong, I love my old coaches, but right now I'm loving it because got all that energy. I'm getting a lot of teaching, new skills, and all of that.
There we go. It caught me one time already unmuting myself, JP. He caught me on the microphone. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Marley, what is it about those relationships that you're building with your coaches and your brothers that's led you to this 2-0 start? You guys have started off fast, only giving up 43 points on defense, scored about 90 points on offense. So you guys are starting off fast. just the preparation that you've done in the off season for yourself, and when you guys get together in the off season activities before the season, all of this stuff has led up to a really good start so far for Mountain Point.
Team bonding is that's one of my main. Just trying to get together, get to know the coaches, the players, anybody who ever comes into the community. Just want to welcome them and just want to show love to them, even though they come back from other schools. Oh yeah, we just treat people like family.
Coach, you guys are facing Mountain Ridge this week, a team that unfortunately is 0-2 in their first season with a new head coach over there as well. Talk to us about what you're seeing from those guys on film and what kind of challenges they pose.
I think they play a really physical brand of football. I think, I've heard a couple analysts say they've only scored a touchdown in the last 2 games. We're not drinking that Kool-Aid at all. I know who's the head coach is, big fan of his. I know who his assistant head coach is and his coordinators are. And I know what stock they come from. They come from that Jason Mons line and legacy. And then I think that name speaks for itself when it comes to Arizona high school football. It's only a matter of time when Mountain Ridge is going to be up there, I believe, with some of the top programs in the state. Based upon where they're located, they're battling with some West Side powers as far as to get some of that young talent into that high school early. But I don't think there's a coach in the Valley that doesn't believe that they're not going to end up getting that talent there. The school is a really nice school. It has all the right facilities. It's in a good location. I believe that it's only a matter of time. Coming into this game, we're not overlooking them at all, like not even in the least bit. It has been stressed to them that sometimes teams that are 0-2, they give you everything so they won't be 0-3. Because if you start a season at 0-3, it is extremely hard to make playoffs out of that hole. And so we don't expect them to come through and lay down at all. We know that they're going to play, very, very sound brand of football. And if you look at their first 2 opponents, they haven't caught any breaks. So we can't overlook them at all. This is going to be a very well-coached team, and I think it's going to be a good ball game all the way around.
Marley, you're leading the team in quarterback hurries and fumble recoveries, 3 apiece on that. Talk about the importance of getting to the football, to the quarterback, getting the pressure on him, whoever the quarterback is, and recovering fumbles and getting the ball back to your offense. Just the importance of being aggressive on defense and then making plays happen, and again, getting your offense back on the field so they can get more chances to score.
We just gotta be violent off the line first. Got to get back to the quarterback. If they get a long drive, we're gonna be tired, but that's what we got to work on. So we just want to get the defense off the field and let the offense scoring, get back into that groove again.
Marley, we always hear about the benefits that football players get from also wrestling. What kind of things do you bring from the wrestling mat to the gridiron that help you improve your game on the football field?
Even though I did it 1 year, I feel like it's just the conditioning and how violent you got to be, because you got to be that person on offense on wrestling mats and stuff. You can't just wait to someone come to you first.
Marley Felly and head coach John Roberts joining us here on the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Good luck on Friday night against those Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, and we will be following the Mountain Point Pride all season long, and we hope to have you guys back on the airways with us next season on Thursday Night Football, so we'll get that on the schedule as well. But thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you, guys.
Stay with us. More of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. When we return, we'll visit with head coach Eric Lauer from the Corona del Sol Aztecs. Stay with us. More on the show after the break. Get ready to feel the burn in Phoenix's newest hotspot. Hot Chicken Alley brings the sizzling Nashville-style hot chicken straight to your plate. Our finger-licking sandwiches will set your taste buds on fire. Come join us for a taste of Nashville right here in Phoenix at the corner of Tatum and Thunderbird. Brace yourself for a flavor explosion that'll keep you coming back for more. Hot Chicken Alley, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football, right here on the Epic Sports Network.
On game day, communication is everything. Procom offers the most powerful, most reliable headsets on the market. Paired with our state-of-the-art coach-to-player communication tools, your team is sure to dominate. It's time to communicate like a pro. Visit us at procomheadsets.com.
It starts with a dream and a desire to be the best. You got the talent, you got the drive, and the work ethic. But to get recruited, it takes more than that. You need a playbook. That's where Recruit ID comes in. Our digital tools connect you with college programs that are fast, easy, and effective. Your dream is closer than you think. Let's get you seen. Visit recruitid.net and take your recruitment to the next level.
We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. James Spoovy alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Up next, Ed, we feature one of the teams hosting this week on Thursday Night Football on 12+, the Corona del Sol Aztecs. We are excited for this game as they battle the Pinnacle Pioneers, our first time having Pinnacle on Thursday Night Football as well. And joining us now is Will Laufer, along with Mr. Luke Farrell and head coach Eric Lauer joining us here on the program. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We certainly appreciate you joining us here. Will, we'll start with you. Tell us about the season so far and how things are going over there in Tempe.
Well, we have a new coaching staff, and I think it's a lot better for the program. More involved coaches that have more intelligence in football, and we've been doing better than last year already. So happy about that. Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, Will, was it much of an adjustment to a new coaching staff for you to come in and understand the culture that Coach Lauer is trying to implement, him and his coaching staff, and for you to kind of implement and work yourself into the system at that linebacker spot, which you've done so well so far in the first two games? You've been killing it, dude.
Thank you. It's been it's a more tough Coach Lauer is way more of a tough coach. He's on us more, way more strict, more rules, way more than our last coaching had, and that's really helping us be a better program as a whole.
But honestly, Will, isn't that what you want when you really want to be a good player? You want to be held accountable. You want to be disciplined. You want to be able to take the coaching, and I think that most athletes would prefer to have coaches that are able to hold them accountable and really be able to get the best out of them. Is that right? There, he's back with us now. You got us, Will? Will's breaking up. Let's go ahead and get Coach Lauer in here. Coach Lauer, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to visit with you. Tell us how things are going over there for you and the Corona del Sol Aztecs.
Yeah, things are going well. We're building the trust in the program amongst coaches, players to players, and getting to know the campus and the culture, and things are going well. There's big buy-in from the boys, Booster Club, and parents. We couldn't be more happy with what's going on right now.
Yeah, coming off a 2-8 season that Corona had last season, and just the excitement about coming in and potentially getting a turnaround coach. I guess just the excitement, as you mentioned, from the fan base, from the boosters, from the football team itself, from yourself as well, to try to see where you can take this football team. You're 1-1 right now. You've got a tough game on Thursday against Pinnacle, a team that's given up no points in the first two games. My goodness.
Yeah, no, we're excited. We're pretty transparent with our guys, and we got a lot of calls early on about, do you want to play? Coaches shouldn't do it, but we do it. We look on our schedule and see, man, is there any easy weeks? And we don't want to be anybody's easy week. That's something we're working on, trying to, put the work in and get the respect from week to week as we navigate this tough schedule. But definitely Pinnacle is a more than formidable opponent, and we're excited to have the opportunity Thursday.
Coach, tell us about Will Laufer, your linebacker, and what he means to that Corona del Sol defense.
Well, we tell each other we're going to meet at the ball. We try to commit to, tackling being a big deal, a major facet of football on any level. And, he's really helped with pushing the physicality of that defense and, just being a leader right now amongst our linebacking core and our overall defense and making things happen.
Coach, giving up 48 points to Williams Field the first week, and then you pitch a shutout against Apple Valley, 31-0 last week. What was the change in between weeks? What did you stress to the players with the 28-point loss in the opening week to bounce back and get a 31-point victory the week after?
Yeah, no, two different opponents, but more making it about us. Always being taught that, Coach, you have an opportunity to get your biggest growth from week 1 to week 2, whether it is moving some players around a little bit, finding a greater identity of who you're going to be, both sides of the ball, and, just getting some of the cobwebs out. I think we missed some knee pads and maybe a pair of game pants on that game away. It was new to us all, and it was exciting, but we grew definitely from one week to the next, definitely not taking anything away from Williams Field. Very, very good team. But no, we saw some positives that week too that you always expect.
Coach, there's been a tradition of good quarterbacks there at Corona del Sol. The most recent of those, Mr. Connor Ackerley, and now you have Luke Farrell stepping up into that quarterback position. How has he stepped into that leadership role there for the Aztecs?
Well, he's just a football player, a big time competitor. Definitely has one of the livest arms I've had the privilege to coach. Just with the ability of the arm strength and velocity and ball placement is next level stuff. So that's been cool to watch and be a part of from when we got there in the winter and then getting through summer and now trying to lead this offense and become the leader that I know he can be. It's been exciting.
Look, if there's a way we can get you to turn your camera on, we want to see QB1 if there's a way. Otherwise, we'll just do it over audio. But let me ask you, so you've got so much talent on the offensive side. You've got Jamar Patterson. You've got Marcus Fuentes. You've got so many guys you can throw the football to. You guys run the ball really well. What is it about being QB1 in this offense that makes you thrive and this offense plays really well?
Yeah, sorry. So I'm in my car right now, so I can't turn my camera on. But no, we got a lot of good receivers. I really trust our guys. They've been doing a good job this year. Just playing smart football. You know what I mean? There's a couple guys that go both ways. So, we put a lot of pressure on those guys, but they're really good football players, really good athletes. And I think we're going to surprise a lot of people throughout the rest of the season.
Tell us about the impact, Luke, that Coach Lauer has made there in a very short time at Corona del Sol. Been a huge fan of his for a long time, and he's a culture changer. Tell us about what he's done there for the Aztecs.
Right. I think when Coach Lauer stepped on campus, it was just kind of a shock how he almost carried himself, brought a different energy to the football team that a lot of these kids never, really been around. It's a lot different. I don't want to, put anyone out there, but it's a lot different from our last coaching staff, we've had in the past. Just his seriousness, and you could tell it's genuine. He wants to win. He wants to build something special here.
Luke, Will talked about the discipline and the culture that Coach Lauer is putting into this program already. How has that already rubbed off on you just in the offseason practices and your preparation and through these first 2 games? How has that changed you and how has it molded you early in the season?
It's just like he doesn't let me get comfortable. You know what I mean? He's always trying to push me to get better personally, and not just me, but the whole team. I'd say that's been the biggest difference so far.
Coach, we're certainly looking forward to the game on Thursday night against those Pinnacle Pioneers. It'll be our first time to be over there at Corona del Sol. What do you see from Coach Zupsi's squad, and what are you going to have to be mindful of on Thursday night against those guys?
We have to be mindful of everything. They're solid. They pin their ears back and they're downhill on the defensive side. Offensively, they can run, they can pass. They have speed. real good offensive skill set. They have a running back that can push the rock, and the quarterback will tuck it in and take off on you. So, and not to mention special teams. You can tell that they spend time on coaching up, that other third of the game and their special teams. So there's really no area that you can kind of, take time off. We're going to try to be real smart about what we do, deliberate about what we do. And we're excited, one, to just, be playing Thursday and have the opportunity to compete against a team like Pinnacle that is well coached, always been well coached by that staff. And we're up for the challenge.
Luke, when you look at that defense again, that's given up 0 points through their first 2 games. What do you see from them, and what are you going to have to do on Thursday nights over at against them to break through and get some points on them?
They're a really good defense. We played them last year. They were pretty tough last year too. It's gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be a tough game, but I think we can definitely do what we can to put some points up and make it a game.
Luke, tell me about the atmosphere over there at Corona del Sol on a Friday night, and in this case, a Thursday night. We've been doing this Thursday night football game thing for about this is our 5th season now, and I got to tell you, I was over there in 2020 at Corona del Sol for Thursday night football, and you guys have one of the best bands in the state. Just tell us about that overall experience over there on a game night.
The atmosphere is amazing. The band is loud. I would hate to be an away team playing at Corona. Our student section's big. I think our coach, when I was a freshman, when I just talked to him, he told me that Corona had the biggest student section in the state. I don't know if that's still the case, but we have a pretty big student section too. The stands are usually full. Yeah, the atmosphere is great at Corona.
Well, when you look at Drew Varsano, the QB for the Pioneers, he's had a great first couple of games, almost 500 yards passing, 9 touchdowns. This young man is just slinging the football all over the place. What do you see from him, and what are you going to have to do to get to him and put some pressure on him and force him into turnovers and give your guys a better shot of winning?
Yeah, he's a good quarterback, but we have a good D-line, good linebackers, and we're just going to get to the quarterback. We're going to put pressure on him all game long. Our corners are going to play good. They're going to lock up the outside. We're just going to play as a team, play good defense. I think we can stop them.
Will, how does going up against a guy like Luke Farrell and a really talented offense make you a better defensive player day in and day out?
It makes me a way better defensive player. Luke's a great quarterback. He makes great reads. He has a great arm. It makes the whole defense play harder in practice, which sharpens us and makes us play better as a team, especially in games. So, yeah.
Luke, Coach talked about that third of the football team, the special teams. I noticed you had a 48-yard punt against Apple Valley. You and Tristan are trading off the punting duties. What did that feel like to get a 48-yarder? I know I couldn't come close to kicking a 48-yarder, but you knocked out almost a 50-yard punt. How did that feel on that night against Apple Valley?
It was, I don't know, it was kind of an on-the-fly thing. Coach Lauer and Coach Gio, our special teams coach, they kind of just looked at me and said, "Luke, you want to punt the ball?" Like, sure. I punted the ball. Richie did a great job punting the whole game, but no, it was pretty fun. Just kind of a cherry on top of our win. I got to punt the ball. So that's all that was.
The triple threat joining us here tonight on the Desert Gridiron game plan. Coach Eric Lauer, quarterback Luke Farrell, and linebacker Will Lawfer. We'll see you gentlemen on Thursday night over at your place. We're excited for the game as you guys battle the Pinnacle Pioneers. Good luck, and we'll see you over there in just 2 short days.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yep, have a good one.
Stay with us. More of the Desert Gridiron game plan coming up after the break.
All Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All Insurance, insurance for all.
On game day, communication is everything. Procom offers the most powerful, most reliable headsets on the market. Paired with our state-of-the-art coach-to-player communication tools, your team is sure to dominate. It's time to communicate like a pro. Visit us at procomheadsets.com.
It starts with a dream and a desire to be the best. You got the talent, you got the drive, and the work ethic. But to get recruited, it takes more than that. You need a playbook. That's where Recruit ID comes in. Our digital tools connect you with college programs that are fast, easy, and effective. Your dream is closer than you think. Let's get you seen. Visit recruitid.net and take your recruitment to the next level.
Get ready to feel the burn in Phoenix's newest hotspot. Hot Chicken Alley brings the sizzling Nashville-style hot chicken straight to your plate. Our finger-licking sandwiches will set your taste buds on fire. Come join us for a taste of Nashville right here in Phoenix at the corner of Tatum and Thunderbird. Brace yourself for a flavor explosion that'll keep you coming back for more. Hot Chicken Alley, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football, right here on the Epic Sports Network. We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. James Swoovy alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, an exciting one coming up on Thursday night, the Pinnacle Pioneers and the Corona del Sol Aztecs. Unfortunately, Coach Zupski and the Pioneers unable to join us tonight, but Coach Zupke over there with Pinnacle, they just reload every single year. It's turned into a quarterback factory when you look at guys like J.D. Johnson, and then you have Wyatt Horton who came out of there just last year, now doing some great things already with Idaho State, and that's going to be an exciting one on Thursday night, Pinnacle and Corona del Sol.
It should be. You talk about QB, just the carousel of quarterbacks that are coming through there. We talked about Drew Varsano in the previous break to Coach Lauer and Will Lawfer, just what he's done this season, approaching 500 yards in the first two games, JP, 9 touchdowns, just 1 interception. They're running the ball about 150 yards per clip. Their defense, of course, we mentioned it, highly touted defense, giving up 0 points against La Cueva and Mountain Ridge, 98-0. So will we call the first points given up by Pinnacle on Thursday night? Who knows? But, man, those guys are rolling early, JP.
You know, that defense over there for Pinnacle, as you mentioned, they're extremely lights out, and Corona's going to have to play really solid, fundamentally sound offense on Thursday night to get any points on the board against that Pinnacle defense, because they face really 2 tough opponents to begin the season. And as we know, they're not afraid to back. They won't back down from any challenges.
No, so I want to see what both quarterbacks, Drew Varsano and Luke Farrell, it's going to be a battle of quarterbacks, as it is in every game, right? At every level, high school, college, and pro football. It's about the quarterback matchup. Who's going to have the more solid performance on Thursday night will give that team a better shot of winning the football game. But again, as you mentioned, it's going to be something on Corona to finally break through that defense that's given up 0 points and get some points on the board. But as you mentioned, they're going to have to, because Pinnacle, they're very good, obviously, as you can tell by the record and the score, the 98-0 and all the other numbers that we can throw out there. That's a really good football team coming into Tempe on Thursday.
Yeah, and on Friday night, a big showdown. We're going to be joined here in just a little bit, about 12 minutes or so from now, by the Castillo Colts. They're going to square off as they host the Hamilton Huskies on Friday night, and that is a big battle down there in Chandler, Ed. Another exciting matchup, again, in Arizona high school football.
Yeah, 2-0. Hamilton starting off strong, just as strong as Pinnacle, rolling over ALA, Queen Creek, and O'Connor. Big wins over there. Castile 1-1 coming off. They lost to Liberty, a team out in Nevada, I believe. They lost to one of those interstate rivalries, but still, Castile starting off well. The Colts, and that's going to be a great game as well. So we're excited to talk to those, to probably, hopefully, the head coach and maybe a couple players from Castile to get their thoughts on what they're going to go up against the Huskies. Man, that's going to be a tall order for them as well. Goodness.
Yes, it will be. Coach Dixon doing a great job over there, now into his second full season at the helm for the Hamilton Huskies, and he has a number of weapons. Unfortunately, they were not able to join us tonight. They've got a booster club meeting, but we're going to talk to them hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But they have so many weapons over there for Hamilton, and one of those guys is Roy Oliver, a wide receiver for them, and this guy is absolutely prolific for the Huskies.
JP, 366 receiving yards in the first 2 games, 8 touchdowns. got a long of 75, and the young man slinging the ball to him is Jack Scully. This kid's completing passes at a 75% completion clip. 624 through the air for Scully, 11 touchdowns, 8 of them, of course, to Roy Oliver III. Man, this offense is great. Then you talk about Skylar Cole and Jacob Brown, a two-headed monster at the running back position for those guys. 6 rushing touchdowns between those two guys, almost 300 yards rushing. So they can kill you through the air. The Huskies can, and they will kill you on the ground. Give credit to that offensive line for letting Cole and Brown run and letting Scully sit back there and just pick defenses apart as we're checking here on the screen. Man, these Huskies are good.
They really are. They play great defense as well, and that offensive line up front is really solid. Some outstanding holes, and the pass protection is great as well over there for the Hamilton Huskies. So it's going to be an exciting one on Friday night as they square off against those Castile Colts. So we're excited to see that one as well, and we'll be paying attention to that one, no doubt, on Friday night. We'll take a brief commercial time out here and return and get ready for the Castile Colts. That'll be their first time to join us here on the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Coach Joe Bushman taking over there at Castile in his first season at the helm. So we're excited to see what he's going to do out there in the far Southeast Valley. Stay with us. More Desert Gridiron Game Plan coming up after the break.
It starts with a dream and a desire to be the best. You got the talent, you got the drive, and the work ethic. But to get recruited, it takes more than that. You need a playbook. That's where Recruit ID comes in. Our digital tools connect you with college programs that are fast, easy, and effective. Your dream is closer than you think. Let's get you seen. Visit recruitid.net and take your recruitment to the next level.
On game day, communication is everything. Procom offers the most powerful, most reliable headsets on the market. Paired with our state-of-the-art coach-to-player communication tools, your team is sure to dominate. It's time to communicate like a pro. Visit us at procomheadsets.com.
Get ready to feel the burn in Phoenix's newest hotspot. Hot Chicken Alley brings the sizzling Nashville-style hot chicken straight to your plate. Our finger-licking sandwiches will set your taste buds on fire. Come join us for a taste of Nashville right here in Phoenix at the corner of Tatum and Thunderbird. Brace yourself for a flavor explosion that'll keep you coming back for more. Hot Chicken Alley, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football, right here on the Epic Sports Network.
All Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All Insurance, insurance for all.
We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan here on the Epic Sports Network. James Poovey alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Greetings to all of you folks joining us, of course, on YouTube tonight and the NFHS Network as well. And Ed, how exciting is it to see some of these Arizona teams, a lot more Arizona teams, I should say, taking on some out-of-state opponents, really kind of testing their team, kind of seeing where they're at, see what kind of ball club they've got to deal with, and then maybe being able to fix some things as they march toward that playoff season.
Yeah, I love these interstate rivalries that they're turning into be some of these teams like Highland going out to Anna, Texas, taking on Anna last Friday night. Unfortunately, they weren't able to win, but it was a defensive battle. It was 18-9, I believe it was. But so they went out there, they represented Arizona well. It was a defensive struggle. Unfortunately, they weren't able to come out victorious, but still the fact that they were able to go out there, be the first Arizona team to go to Texas and play a game in that state at the high school level, man, what an achievement for that. But then we talk about Liberty taking on Castile. Liberty is a team from Henderson, Nevada, who Castile just faced recently, got a victory over them 31-13, or they lost 31-13. But still, these teams these coaches that are getting these teams together from different states, and they're seeing what kind of talent that they have compared to the other team of the other state that they're facing. I love these matchups, don't you?
I absolutely do. Been trying to schedule a couple of these for the past few seasons, and hopefully maybe next year we can do some sort of thing on a Saturday where we could put, 2, maybe 3 games on at one location and have, 3 Arizona teams battling 3 different out-of-state teams. I think it would be a whole lot of fun on a Saturday afternoon in the fall.
Oh, that'd be so awesome. Boy, how would we staff that one if we try to do 3 games at one time?
Well, luckily we have a whole lot of time to talk about that, but
Yeah,
that would
right.
definitely take some planning, no doubt about it. But what an exciting Thursday night football schedule it's been so far this season, Ed, and we're blessed to be on 12 plus this year with Thursday night football.
Yeah, we cannot wait to get out to Tempe on Thursday night. Corona del Sol taking on Pinnacle. Man, that's going to be a good game. I cannot wait to see, again, these 2 quarterbacks doing battle. Drew Varsano for Pinnacle and Luke Farrell for Corona del Sol, and to see what these 2 defenses can do. This is going to be a high-powered matchup out there in Tempe. I cannot wait to get up there in the press box, get everything set up, and we kick this thing off at 6:30 on the 12, or actually on the YouTube channel for Epic Sports Network, 7 p.m. The 12 plus, the folks at 12 plus will join us. But man, I'm so excited. I can't wait until Thursday. Can we go ahead and fast forward to Thursday now?
Don't worry, it'll be here quick enough. We still got a lot of things to do before we get ready for Thursday night's game, but it'll be here quick enough. But I'm excited, and we've got a great schedule this year. And don't forget, we've got girls flag football coming up at the end of the month as we head out to Waddell. It'll be the Hamilton Huskies girls flag football team against the Canyon View Jaguars, and I'm really excited for that one, Ed.
Oh, yeah. I wish we could do more girls flag football games, but the fact that we get at least one in the season, that lets you know how big girls flag football is. And that sport is only increasing in popularity, and it's just exploding with the amount of people and the amount of young ladies that are talented enough to get it on and play some flag football.
Luckily, they schedule their games on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, so it makes it pretty easy for us to slide one of those in as our Thursday night football game of the week, which we've done for this season. And that's coming up on Thursday, September 25th. Again, we'll be out there at Canyon View High School, home of the Jaguars, as they host the Hamilton Huskies.
Yeah, we got a great game on September 18th. Mesa, we're going to go out to Desert Ridge, Mesa and
Yes.
Desert Ridge. The week after we get done with Pinnacle and Corona del Sol, then we got Fairfax and Trevor G. Brown, Millennium Tolleson, T-Bird, Paradise Honors, Carl Hayden, Maryvale, Centennial, Boulder Creek, and then you know what's after that? The week after that is the playoffs. We get some playoff action too.
Yeah, we got a little flex thing going on at the end of our schedule this year. What we've done is we've kind of held that final week open. So we have the option of either doing a really good, probably a playoff dependent final regular season game in the 4, 5, or 6A, or if there's just a barn burner 2 or 3A playoff matchup, we might grab one of those that week and do that on Thursday night. So we'll just have to see how things shake out, but I'm excited, and we still got a lot of football to go. But as you said earlier in the show, Ed, hard to believe that we're already in week 3, and it's week 4 now for some of the 2 and 3A teams. Am I right?
Right. And then next thing you know, we'll blink and it's November 6th. It's time for playoff action.
Yes.
Oh, my
It'll
goodness.
be here quick.
It'll
be here quick. No doubt about it. Stay with us as we await the arrival of the Castile Colts. Head coach Joe Bushman will join us along with a player or two as well from the southeastern portion of the valley. Stay with us. More of the Desert Gridiron game plan coming up after the break.
It starts with a dream and a desire to be the best. You got the talent, you got the drive, and the work ethic. But to get recruited, it takes more than that. You need a playbook. That's where Recruit ID comes in. Our digital tools connect you with college programs that are fast, easy, and effective. Your dream is closer than you think. Let's get you seen. Visit recruitid.net and take your recruitment to the next level.
On game day, communication is everything. Procom offers the most powerful, most reliable headsets on the market. Paired with our state-of-the-art coach-to-player communication tools, your team is sure to dominate. It's time to communicate like a pro. Visit us at procomheadsets.com.
Get ready to feel the burn in Phoenix's newest hotspot. Hot Chicken Alley brings the sizzling Nashville-style hot chicken straight to your plate. Our finger-licking sandwiches will set your taste buds on fire. Come join us for a taste of Nashville right here in Phoenix at the corner of Tatum and Thunderbird. Brace yourself for a flavor explosion that'll keep you coming back for more. Hot Chicken Alley, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football, right here on the Epic Sports Network.
Discover more Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino.
Hi folks, here are your drinks.
Where having fun means racking up reward credits with the Caesars Rewards loyalty program that can be redeemed for food, free play, hotel stays, and more. not only here in the city of Maricopa, but also at more than 50 Caesars properties coast to coast. From Harrah's Las Vegas to Caesars Palace in Atlantic City. What are you waiting for? Play for all at Harrah's Auction Casino, the official sponsor of Play.
All Insurance has been serving Arizona drivers for over 30 years, so we have the experience to take great care of you. We can help you over the phone or face-to-face from one of our 30 convenient valley-wide locations. We represent all of the top carriers, so we do the shopping for you. Find out why we're the most referred agency in Arizona. All Insurance, insurance for all.
We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. James Hoovey alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Our final segment tonight features the Castile Colts. They'll be squaring off on Friday night. It's going to be a great game. Let's visit now with Mr. EJ Avila joining us here on the program. EJ, can you hear us right quick?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there any way you can open up your camera for us as we get ready to take a look at some of your game film here?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
There you are. You're good. You're good. We also have one of your teammates joining us here as well, Troy Jareggi. Is that correct? Am I saying that right?
Kind of. It's Howdy.
Howdy. Very good. Troy Howdy and EJ Avila joining us here from the Castile Colts. EJ, let's start with you. Just tell us how the 2025 season is going so far out there for the Colts.
It's going very well, actually. You know, we've been working since 8 months, and you know, Coach Bushman just flipped the script pretty much. He got us working, team bonding, and just overall, we're doing better as a team so far.
EJ, what does it mean to have that team bonding, to get to know each other? You know, you can have an entire team of guys that nobody knows each other, and you're only really gathering for game days, obviously practices, but you really don't know the person to your left, to your right, in front, and behind you. To be able to build those relationships, the importance of that.
Oh, it's everything, man. Those are your brothers, you know. You want to die for them, play for them, everything for them. So if you have that bond, it's great. It'll elevate your game like crazy.
Troy, let's talk with you for a second. Tell us about the impact that Coach Bushman has made there for the Castile Colts. What has he done for the program so far?
Oh yeah, he came in right away. He set the tone on what he wanted with a team and a program. And he's really just built up our positivity and our togetherness as a team. And he's got some crazy good schemes and stuff that he's really smart with that type of stuff. And he's improved, made our entire program improve so much since the day he got here.
Troy, when you look on Max Preps, under your name it says ATH SKR, which of course is safety and kick returner. What does it mean to have that ATH spot? For people that may not know what an ATH means, what are your roles on this football team outside of being a safety and a kick returner?
I play DB. I switch around at all the safety spots, some corner sometimes, some nickel, and I also play a receiver outside and slot, and then I get some reps at wildcat, quarterback, and running back, stuff like that. And then returner, obviously I return kicks and punts, and yeah, that really it's really a good part of the game. I enjoy it.
Pretty much do it all, right, TJ?
Yes, sir.
So this is your third year. You've been there obviously since you were a freshman. How have you grown, and how have you seen the program grow and progress in your 3 years there?
Oh, it's improved so much since my freshman year. Just the schemes and stuff obviously are so much better this year, and also my connections with all my teammates and coaches and stuff have grown so much, and I actually feel like we got a team this year instead of just a bunch of players playing. We really playing together and playing for each other.
Speaking of playing together, EJ, we're going to have a little bit of fun here. I'm going to have you guys talk about each other's game really quick. We're going to look at some film here on Troy. Tell us what kind of player he is for Castile and just what kind of teammate he is.
Man, he's a locker room guy. That dude is your best friend in the locker room. And his playing style, he's great. I mean, he flies them on the ball. He's a great punt returner, quick, fast, explosive. can run routes. He just has great vision, man. He's a great guy, great player.
Now, vice versa, let's have Troy take a look at some film here of EJ and tell us about his prowess on the gridiron, right quick, Troy.
Yeah, EJ, he makes plays all around the field. He really attacks the ball well and fast, gets out on his routes. He's definitely probably the hardest receiver to guard that I've ever gone against. But he's very quick on his routes and smart on attacking spots and goes after that ball.
Troy, let's go back to last November. You guys made a playoff run. You went 6-6, lost to the eventual 6A champion Centennial Coyotes. What was that playoff run for you? How did that feel for you? How did that motivate the program to come back this year and be even better, knowing that you can make the playoffs at 6-6? If you had a better record, of course, possibly you could have had a better seeding, but still you can make the playoffs and you can make a run for a championship.
Oh yeah, it was great, and like knowing that there was so much more we could have done that we left out on the field last year has really motivated us. And like this year, obviously we're trying to improve every single year, one game at a time, and trying to improve that record to improve our situation for playoffs this year. But I think we'll be great this year, and that really sticks on our mind on how we came short of what we wanted last year, but we're working towards that this year.
EJ, a question for you. We all know about Hamilton Huskies football. The Chandler Wolves have been down there, very successful program in Chandler, but the Colts are on the rise. How much are you guys trying to work yourselves into that conversation down there in Chandler?
As a football team, we think we're going to be the next. We know we're going to be the next powerhouse team. Coach Bushman has been working on us and like just envisioning us in their mind to pound that rock and get to that top seat in the conference.
Unmute yourself, JP.
Coach Bushman joining us here on the program now. Thank you so much for jumping in here with us, Coach. You brought two awesome young men with us. Give us your perspective on the 2025 season so far for the Castile Colts. Oh, we can't hear you, Coach.
Can't hear you, Coach. See if you can unmute yourself.
Might have to jump out and then try to jump back in again, Coach. No problem.
Okay. While we're working on Coach Bushman, EJ, what were some goals that you had set coming into the season as you were getting ready for the season? Any numbers that you were looking at? Any personal goals or accolades or accomplishments, achievements that you were looking to outside of winning a state championship, of course?
Yeah. I'd say I'm not really focused on personal goals, but I'm more focused on team goals, like, winning the state championship, winning our conference, winning a lot of games. But if I were to say personal goals, I would try to crack maybe the 1,000-yard mark of receiving or get as many catches as I can. But I'm more focused on the team goals.
EJ, what's the mood around campus when it comes to Colts football? Is everybody excited for the way things are going and the new coaching staff is in place and everything there? Tell us about the excitement for Colts football around campus.
Yeah, I think everyone's pumped up. They're expecting big things from us. New coaching staff, new players. It's just all around, just high energy all the time.
Troy, just a kind of a decent, tricky kind of scheduling for you. Your first two games were against teams out of Arizona. Helix, they're from La Mesa, California. Liberty from Henderson, Nevada. Playing teams outside of the state of Arizona. How exciting was that to play those two teams? You're 1-1 against both of those teams, but still facing talent that you've probably never seen before from two different states.
Yeah, it's great. You get to see how you match up against teams from other states, and you get to prepare differently because these aren't teams you see every year, And yeah, it's just great. And you get to go have new experiences out of the state and just really bond with your teammates out there. And yeah.
We're going to see if we can get Coach Bushman in here again one more time and see if we got some audio from him. Coach, can you hear us now? And we'll see if we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you
All
guys.
right.
There he is. There you go, Coach.
Outstanding. Tell us
All right.
about the 2025 season so far for the Colts, and thank you for bringing EJ and Troy on here with us as well.
Yeah, well, they're great kids and really good leaders for us, and they're both playing at an extremely high level. So it's great to have them. Yeah, we got off to a really good start down in San Diego. Played a complete football game. Really strong defensively. Dominated on special teams and put together enough good plays on offense to beat a good Helix team. And we were really excited about our start. And we had a lot of fun too when we were there. You know, we went to a football game at San Diego State Thursday night. And then after the game on Saturday, we took the boys to SeaWorld. So it was a really good experience. I mean, part of it for me is playing good football and winning football games, but also just really enjoying the ride and having fun together. So our kids are definitely coming along. Road trips like that, you know, you're forced to be together for a long time, and the energy and excitement after that first game. It was just a ton of fun for me. Last week in our home opener, we played a really good football team. I believe they're the number 2 team out of Las Vegas. And we punched and scrapped, had chances throughout the game, and fell short. You know, we kind of let it get away from us at the end of the game. But I got to believe that team would be an elite team here in our area. And so for us to really be in that football game as long as we were is a good sign for things to come. We just have to clean up some things, and hopefully the next time we're in that situation, we'll finish the game.
Coach, what does it mean to represent the state of Arizona against a team from California and a team against Nevada as these interstate matchups continue to grow in this trend of teams playing each other not in your own state? How does that work out with Castile and just, again, representing the great state 48?
Sure. Well, for one, I'm all in on Castile. So, you know, I take a lot of pride in being the head coach here. I feel like we have an amazing staff. And so just from a program standpoint, you know, we want to represent whether we're playing in state or out of state. But what I know about Arizona football, it's really high level football. The talent here, you know, I'm coming from Oregon. The talent level is definitely up a notch or two here. So anything we can do to develop into a powerhouse here and represent when we go play teams, we're planning on playing out of state games every year. I just love that experience. So hopefully we can do a good job representing.
Coach, tell us about the rest of your staff and any support staff that you have. We know you can't do this thing by yourself, and it takes a lot of people to have a successful football program. Tell us about your staff, the rest of your staff, and any guys and gals that help you guys out.
Yeah, we have a great staff. You know, I got down here in January. I was fortunate to bring 2 guys with me from Lewis and Clark College who I coached way back when in high school, and they were with me at Clackamas when we had our run there, won a state championship. So it was great having both JJ Johnson and Renato Felina on the ground to help me, just because they really know what I expect and the culture we're trying to build. But I kept 5 guys from the previous staff, good football coaches. A couple of them are heavily involved in our youth. So we have a nice pipeline to us now, which I understand has been a problem in the past, that there's a lot of talent in this area, but they haven't always stayed at home. So we're trying to create a winning program where the kids get loved and cared about, so they want to be with us, you know. So I think we've got a very good vibe going around what we're doing. And then, God, I was blessed to really hire 7 other guys, some really high level people, Jay Sean Sykes and Hamza Abdullah, both former NFL players who living in the area felt like it was their time to break into coaching after really good careers, not just in the NFL, but professionally. And they've been fantastic, as have the other guys I've hired. So we got everybody going the same direction. We've we've got bumps along the way to be expected. I mean, anytime you start something new, it doesn't always go 100% smoothly, but I definitely have good people. You know, that's the big thing for me is I want to hire good football minds, but at the end of the day, I want good men who are going to mentor our kids and love our kids and provide the best football experience possible for them.
And Coach, how gratifying is it to see this program grow, and especially for the young men? You see them excel on and off the football field, especially in the classroom, because I know academics are a major focal point for you in your program.
Yeah, it's very rewarding. You know, I think that was one of the big draws for me moving from college back to high school is I don't think there's a better formative age, you know, as high school kids, and you can really impact them for the rest of their lives by teaching life skills and good character and good academic study habits, just winning habits. And so, you know, part of it is the ball for me, obviously that competitive spirit in me. But at the end of the day, you know, we want to mold men, kids like EJ and Troy, who are going to go be really successful someday. And the stuff they're going to learn from us, it's not just all football. You know, it's all those life skills that as adults, we know we gain somewhere along the way.
Coach, coming down from Oregon, you had to have by now, I'm sure, you know, gotten a feel for the Hamilton Huskies and the Chandler Wolves and the tradition of football, high school football greatness that they've established here in the state of Arizona. How do you feel like the Castile Colts fit into that conversation? I kind of asked EJ the same sort of question, but I wanted to ask you, being new to the area, how much have you learned about that tradition there, and then how the Castile Colts are going to slowly become a part of that conversation as well?
Yeah, well, for starters, I have a great deal of respect for both of those programs. You know, Basha is just down the street as well. You know, they've obviously have run successful programs for a number of years. So, you know, my hat's off to those guys. Bottom line, though, I don't really concern myself with what's happened in the past. You know, I'm more concerned with the future, and hopefully we can be that program who can compete with those guys, you know, sooner than later. And we'll get a chance this Friday to kind of see where we're at. But yeah, respect those guys, but you know, we're not running, man, we're coming. So that makes any sense.
It totally does, Coach. Joe Bushman and Troy Hodeggy and EJ Avila joining us here on the program from the Castile Colts. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to get to know you a little bit better, and maybe we can do a little Thursday night football next season down there at your place. We'll talk about that sometime during the off season, but good luck this Friday night, and we'll be checking you guys out the remainder of the season.
Thanks for having us, guys. Really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, guys. Stay with us. We'll come back and wrap up this edition of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan after the break. Get ready to feel the burn in Phoenix's newest hotspot. Hot Chicken Alley brings the sizzling Nashville-style hot chicken straight to your plate. Our finger-licking sandwiches will set your taste buds on fire. Come join us for a taste of Nashville right here in Phoenix at the corner of Tatum and Thunderbird. Brace yourself for a flavor explosion that'll keep you coming back for more. Hot Chicken Alley, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Football, right here on the Epic Sports Network. We welcome you back to the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. Ed, what another jam-packed show we had. Two great Arizona high school football games, 2.5 games, really, that we got to preview tonight. And, man, the talent in this state just continues to amaze.
And I just love how it just grows, and other states are recognizing it. Again, with these interstate matchups, and yeah, the talent level for football, that's just football. There's so much talent in other sports in the great state of Arizona, but for football, man, it is as good as it's ever been.
It really is. Make sure you join us on Thursday night, as we'll have another edition of Thursday Night Football on 12 Plus for you, coming from Tempe East, Corona del Sol High School, as the Aztecs host the Pinnacle Pioneers. For my broadcast partner, Ed Cole, I'm James Spoovy. We'll see you Thursday night, 6:30 p.m., on the air for our pregame show with kickoff set for 7 p.m., and it's going to be another epic night of Thursday Night Football, so make sure you join us. Ed, any final thoughts as we close this one out?
Well, do you want to do an hour pregame? We can do it on Thursday if you want.
I mean, we certainly could. That's one of the benefits of doing your own thing is you can kind of control the thing a little bit if you want. But
right,
we might do an hour pregame before the season is all done. But you folks will have to stay tuned to find out more about that. So have a great night, folks, and we will see you on Thursday over at Corona del Sol High School. Thanks for tuning in for another edition